Hi friends, this is Emily at the Coloring Oasis. I'm going to show you today Deborah Muller's gorgeous new Valentine's Day coloring book from my own personal copy, and I am going to begin coloring a page. In this book I've pre-selected with my favorite Spectrum Noir Tri-blend markers, including the new skin tone set, and show you how I use these markers and how the tips and points work really well in Deborah Muller's books. Since I have all of her books, or most of them, I found that they work very, very nicely. So this book just came out here at the end of January. Mine got a little bit bent in the mail, but that's just from them shoving it in my box. Love this book so much. I think I did get one of the early editions that had an upside down page at the back, but that's completely fine because I often don't color them all. Sometimes I like to just keep them for the artwork. So if you haven't seen this, other than the digital pictures, I just want to show you what the book looks like when it's open. All of the pictures have this really cute kind of bow or some kind of a frame around them, which I like. I mean, I do like when the pictures go to the full extent of the ends of the pages because it makes it a little bigger. But then again, it's kind of nice sometimes to have the frames that bring the picture in smaller, because on the girls, you're not using quite as much ink for skin tone. I do use I burn through a lot of Copic markers, which I like to use for my skin tone the best, or my Spectrum Noir Tri-blend markers. So faces are a little smaller because the pictures are a little smaller. Sometimes I don't love the frame because I don't know what to do with the outside of it. Like I color the inside and the picture and the frame and the ribbon, and I don't know what to do on the outside, but otherwise I think they look really cute and charming. This one's adorable. Yeah, I had a really hard time for deciding which one to color. And I love how all the hairstyles are different on these girls. And there's kind of a heart theme in every picture. Kind of reminds me of those, when I was a kid, those little red boxes of the different colored pastel Valentine heart candies. I keep thinking of a lot of those candies for some reason. Like we used to get those in our elementary school Valentine's Day card exchange in the classroom. Everybody would shove, you know, a box of those in your little homemade little Valentine goodie envelope. This one's really cute. Easy to love. And I like how she has the imprint on the back of her website and her Etsy name, Chubby Mermaid. I really should be doing this demo coloring in her new winter coloring book I got last month, The Enchanted Winter, and I haven't done that yet, but I'm so excited to show you this one to everybody and do a page in here because I love Valentine's Day. But I'm going to do the winter one too, maybe in a few weeks, since winter at least will go through February here particularly. Love all the hearts and the jewelry. Oh, cupcake hat. She reminds me of Alice in Wonderland for some reason. Valentine treats. This is the one I think we're going to color just because I love her outfit, and these kind of like stripes and things are good for me to demo my markers on, to kind of show you what I like to do with the Tri-blend in one small space. So we'll go back to that. Some of these are kind of pin-up style, which I think are fun. Lots of cute girls, just hearts everywhere. Can't go wrong. Hearts and sweets. I like this one, the love letters. That's cute. I think, yeah, there should have been a coloring page here, but somehow Amazon printed it funky where the page was on this side instead of this side. I don't really care. It doesn't matter to me. And I do like this milkshake one, so I might do it. But I just, you know, as long as, I mean, even if it was upside down, I would just turn the book around and I would probably still color it. So that's fine. I just thought that was kind of, makes it kind of unique and quirky. So that would be the end of the, oh, this is the one I was talking about, the Enchanted Winter. And I'm going to do a page in this one in a tutorial with some of my other mediums for you guys. But let's go ahead and work on this page a little. I'm going to show you my markers. I'm going to put a cardstock behind my coloring page so I don't wreck or bleed through to this page, because these markers definitely are the type that will bleed through. Make sure it is a little trickier getting this book to lay flat when it's brand new, to break the spine a little. What I want to do, so these Spectrum Noir markers are one of my favorites. I have all the colors. This is the skin tone set, and if you're not familiar with these, they're nice, long, chunky markers. Each marker has 3 different colors in it of the same tone, but in different, or the same shade, but different, I guess, lightness or darkness. So, for example, we're going to do for her skin, I think the fair with the pale, maybe a little pale pink. So let's take out the fair. So this is how they look. They're nice long markers, and you can tell by looking at the ends which is the darker end. And then I'm just used to doing my dark end, and I flip it because I'm right-handed, pull off the middle, then I do my second tone, the middle, and then I do the third one. But they're great markers. I've had these for a long time. I mean, probably, I don't know, when these came out last year sometime. I've had them and used them regularly since then. But this has nice skin tones for the pinks and corals, different, you know, dark skin tones for different ethnicities. I'm going to take out the pale pink because we're going to need that for some blush. I'm going to set this aside. So I also have here 3 other sets that have a lot of Valentine-y colors here. We have the Floral Blend, the Exotic Blend, and the Jewel shades. I want to do like a traditional pink and red, maybe a little purple since we're doing Valentine's. So I think I'm going to go with the florals actually and do the dark red blend and the bright pink blend. So let me set that aside. And this is great. I love this dark cobalt blue is one of my favorites. And here's some nice pinks too, and they're not the same. So if you compare these, that bright pink blend, this one is a little more of a palish, has a little more red in it. This one has a little more magenta in it. So we're going to go with these 2, and I might even add this third one. I'm not sure. So many great pinks here. I think I'm going to also maybe use a bright pink shade. So let's take that out. I have the bright pink shade we're going to use. I'm going to set this aside. I'm going to pull out the dark red and the bright pink here, the dark red, and the pink I am missing. Pink, I saw it just the other day. I think it's on my table. Where are you, Pinky? I saw it over here somewhere. Looking. I was using it, and I guess I didn't put it back in the box. That's okay. That's all right. We will improvise. I'll find it later. I'm going to use a different pink. So I think what we'll do is then I'm just going to use, the pink in this one, the magenta pink. Oh, there's a pink violet. That's pretty too. Let's use the magenta pink. And we can just add, you know, I'm going for traditional Valentine colors in this, so we can add more purples and stuff too. Here we have the Nature Blends, which are really nice. I love these kind of lime and chartreuse green colors. The gray has been really useful for a lot of like rocks and stones, rock walls, brick houses, things like that. I use that one a lot. Love the Vintage Blends, the kind of soft pastel color. I've used this red brown for hair quite a lot. I've used this green for actually outdoor landscape scenes quite a lot. And I love kind of these antique pinks, the dusty purples. These are kind of nice for, actually even for some gothic colors. Then the last two I have here, I have the Coastal Blends, these gorgeous blues. Blue turquoise, true blue, one of my favorites. The jade, the green turquoise. These are just some gorgeous blues. And then I have the woodland shades. So I've used this one probably the most for hair. The tan, the brown, and the gold. The three shades are perfect for hair gradients because you can do darker roots and going lighter toward the ends. I've used a lot of this green for Christmas trees and shrubs and things like that. All right, so we're going to start with our skin tone and the fair. I'm going to keep her skin fairly light. So I'm going to start on her neck because it's a small area. I'm going to start with the darkest, and I'm just going to put some up in the corner, and I'm going to trace under her neck here. Really easy. Just outline it there, and I'm going to flip this and go to my center, which is my one lighter tone. I'm going to blend that toward the center. I'm going to go over the one I did and go into the center, but leave some white area. Then I'm going to take the lightest shade and just going to fill in the middle where the white is. You can use baby oil or some kind of a blender, like an alcohol marker blender. I don't generally. Some people use mineral spirits. All right, so let's move on to her face. I'm just going to put it a little darker. I'm using the darker shade, kind of where her hair dips in here. I'm just doing little circles, create some shadow, making it darker here and over here. I do like to work kind of quickly because it does dry quicker on this paper. So I'm not going to do the whole face. I'm just going to do the forehead for starters. I think that's sufficient. And then I'm going to go quickly to my middle tone, starting with the oldest area I did first. Try to pull that color down a little. Blend and pull it down. These don't nearly even a little bit come close to what my Copic markers do, which are what I primarily use for all my skin tones, whether it's my Etsy printables, my marker paper, my Nina paper, or my coloring books, good or cheap ones. I just go to my Copics, but I do have these skin tones in like these Triblend, Spectrum Noirs, and in many others that I use occasionally because I just don't want to burn through so much skin tone ink on my Copics. And sometimes I just forget that other alcohol markers do good skin. And these are definitely more affordable as well. So then I'm going to go to the lighter shade and start pulling that one down next. And I'm just doing little circle squiggles so at the tip of where the other color left off, so I can pull that color down. I'm going to go over her eye here. You can even go up here over that dark and use the lighter one to kind of pull the dark into the medium and then pull it all the way down into the white space. Okay, this fair tones one, it has a little more of a yellowish tint. It's not like as white fair as you would expect, like from the E000s or the silk colors from Copics. Okay, so let's get our dark again and start doing over here, outline, fill in some shadow space with that darker one here. I'm going to go around her nose And I'm going to draw a little kind of nose shadow up, like an outline of a nose right there. I'm going to make a little crevice under her chin, a little bit of like a kind of cleft there. Go under her eye a little. Then I'm going to do just a little of the medium tone, and then we're going to put our pink blush on before we go really pull that skin tone out, because we're going to go back over the pink. So we have our pink one. I'm going to stop. I'm going to grab this pink one and do, I got to test out which is the darker or the lighter end. Yeah, the dark one's pretty dark. I'm going to go with the medium one and give her some pink. Make her cheeks a little more pink here. This is going to be the underlayer of the rest of her skin tone. That's good. And then we're going to go back to our medium we were doing. Go back over that. We're also going to go over there with the medium one around the dark area we did on her nose. Try to bring that outward. A little bit on each side. I should have done that one right away. You have to work pretty quick for it to blend really well. And then I'm going to take my lighter tone and pull that out the rest of the way. And if it's too light, if you do too dark of a pink, it's going to be too prominent. I'm going to try to soften that up. Ideally, I might have wanted to have used the lighter of that pink instead of the middle tone. And I'm filling in this white up here with the lightest one. Looks kind of funny around her nose now, but we're going to fix that. That's normal. Let's do her eyelid, the lightest color. Keep softening that. I'm going to do her chin. I didn't get to trace the bottom of her chin. I'm going to go back to the medium shade to soften some of this more orange from the dark one around her nose. It looks a little orange. I'm just trying to make it look like a little shadow there. All right, and get the light one again. Go back over it some more. I'm gonna go in here too with a white Prismacolor pencil later and go in that white area to whiten up where we did this lightest marker a little bit. Final trick I have to finish that out. I'm gonna go over to this side. And there are a lot of touch-ups I do, but I'm doing, is this the dark side? Yeah, we're doing this side. The darker one, and I gotta outline her chin. Let's grab our blush again, our center color, which is the medium pink. Okay. Is that quite enough pink? Maybe not quite. All right, let's make it quick. Let's go back to our center color and start pulling that out. I'm going to get a lighter color. Some of this you just have to, you'll get used to it. You have to wing it. You'll get used to the method, which you can do with any skin tone alcohol markers, but it does take practice and each marker performs a little differently. For this one is a little trickier. If you see any harsh lines, you can use your lightest one or an alcohol blender and blend that in. It's fine to get some on our lips because we're going to go over that in a pink color. I actually like to do the lighter skin tone on it and then go over it with pink. Oh, you can see through a little bit. This is showing through at the moment, but that should dissipate. Okay, I'm going to soften around her nose. I might actually take the darker one again and re-outline under her neck to create a little bit of more shadows, since that's all dried now. I'm going to do a little bit in each corner, and then I'm going to use the medium tone, pull that down a little. And our lighter tone, blend that in. Okay, so I see a little too much of a pink line right here because it did start drying before I could blend it fast enough. You can go over that again and again, soften that up, and this is why I use my white pencil to come in and fix it after the fact. So I just gave her a little more shadow around the bridge of her nose. I'm going to do this dark area again, or you might even want to get the darker one, which is from the skin tone set. I'm going to pull the skin tone set, which is, where are you? Oh, where are you? Where are you? Where are you? I'm going to pull, where is the skin tone set? I literally just had it. Da, 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 da. Oh, here it is. I'm going to pull one of these that has a little brown in it, like the earth brown. I want a lighter brown, maybe even the medium brown. Just put a little brown around her nose. This is going to make it seem a little more 3D. There we go. You can definitely mix and match your skin. You don't have to do all the 3 colors from the same one. You can put a little up here for a little more shadow. That one's too dark. A little more shadows up here by the hairline. You can do that if you want. And you can take your regular one, go back with your dark one over it. Blend, 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 get your medium tone. Now, the more times you reapply the same method, the more it's going to really deepen the skin tone, but it can make the the fairness of it go away. You might get a little more orange tones or yellow tones if you go over it too many more times. Going to the lighter one. But you'll see the finished look when I get done with all my other details. I'm just showing you the basic process here. You can take a little bit of that light brown under her neck also. Really want a little more shadow here. Right here. Just be sure you blend it in if you add anything more with your darkest fair tone. So then I'm going to show you how I use these markers on her lips. And we'll do some of her clothes. Definitely going to be finishing up some of this with some pencil work. I do need to get my medium tone, and there you go for some of this here. And get my lighter tone. You can just sometimes build your layers until you get an even look that you like. And the rest you can fix with pencil, which is what I generally do. So this definitely needs more work. I'm going to fix this a little later, work on that some more. But I'm going to move on. I have to go back and do her hand. But for now, I'm going to show you how I do her lips. And I think we'll do her lips in... She has like so much pink blush. I think we should do her lips in like one of the pink colors. So let's do the bright pink shades. We have a dark and a medium and a light. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to outline her lip in the darkest one. And these are fairly pointy ends. And they work, and they're very tight. They don't bend, they don't wiggle, they don't buckle or fray. They're very well built, these markers. They work great for outlining things, for circles, dots, stripes, which is why I love them for Deborah's books. So I'm just outlining her lips. Do a little bit in the middle there. And I'm going to get my middle tone, go right up under that, in and under it, and pull it down. Try to make the colors blend. We're going to bring the lightest one into the center. Okay, leave plenty of white, and then take our lightest tone, which is nice and pink, pretty pink, and finish up. And we'll need a white gel pen to add some effects to her lips. Once this is all dried. Okay, and I love how it provides a nice kind of contrast gradient, like she had on a purple lipstick and then put like pink lip gloss over it or something. That's what I really like. Okay, and I did get a little white in there, but we'll just go over that with a white gel pen to show like the white of her teeth inside. So I want to do something like the hearts in the red. So I have, and it tells you here light end and dark end and mid end. So always start with the dark end, work on the outside, bring the lightest to the center. So we're going to do her heart earrings in a dark red. Again, we're going to outline these. You can bring that dark in as much as you want. I do the mid shade. Blend and bring it to the middle. I'll just leave a little tiny bit in the middle for the light one, right there. So it looks like you have like a little bit of light shining there and there. Very easy. I'm going to do this one here. And by the way, I've linked below in the comments if you want to go find this book on Amazon, as well as all of these marker sets. You can buy them individually, whichever ones you like or think you might want, or try them out. I think each one's only like 20 bucks. But you probably will find once you get one, you're going to love them. You're going to want more. I want them all, and that's what happened to me. So I got this light color in the middle. It's almost like it makes a center lighter heart if you outline it. I might come back and do my stickles and put stickle glitters on these parts of her earrings. So I'm going to put some different pinks into the bow part of the earrings. For now, we want to bring some of this red in her earrings into her outfit. So her accessories coordinate with her outfit. So we're going to figure out what we want to do with her dress. And I'm thinking a bold red bodice with some hot pink hearts, maybe some pink or purple lattice. So there's different ways you can do this. You can do darkest to lightest from bottom to top. You can do a solid color of the dark, medium, and light tone for each panel. I'm kind of a fan of the first one, so that's what we're going to do here. I'm going to do the first 1/3 of the way with this nice dark red. Up. I'm going to go to my mid-tone. This is super easy, what I'm showing you. Mid-tone, work my way up. Then go to our lightest and take it to the top. And it gives a nice, I don't want to say tie-dye, it's like a light change effect. So your clothes aren't just one solid shade of this, or one solid shade. I like that. So let's do the same. I did bleed that over a little, that's okay. Let's do the same here on each panel. Outline it, try not to go over. All right. See how deep and rich these colors are. They're really bold colors, and the ink is really long lasting. I've been using these for a long time, like at least, I don't know, 10 months or a year maybe. That squiggle, squiggle. So you got, see, I have a bigger area here, so I'm having to work it back and forth a little more. All right. So essentially what we're going to do is all of these panels of the center of her dress red. And the benefit is if you don't like how the 3-tone gradient looks, you can just be like, oh, I'm just going to go back to the original darkest one and go over the whole thing. And it'll kind of cover it up. Actually, it looks kind of nice. It looks like you can see the lighter one shining through a little bit. You can also go back over this with a Prismacolor pencil or 2 different pencils for a nice, rich, fluffy kind of a look as well. All right. Make sure it's blended really well. If it's too much of a difference, I'm going to get my middle one and just run that upward a little. Okay, so we have 3 more. I think instead of finishing these, since you get the idea of what I'm going to do, I'll do that on my own. But I'm going to work on her sleeves now. I'm going to take a different color here. Here I have, I think we're going to do this we want to bring her lip color actually into her dress. So let's do some of these stripes down here the same way. And I think in that one, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you what happens when you do each stripe in one of the shades solid. So here we're going to do the darkest one all the way up. It's super easy to color with these. Wouldn't work if you have like a gigantic space, because it'll use a lot of, it might feel scratchy. So I'm going to do the middle one next to it. You can see how they look side by side. But these colors are in the same family, so they're meant to blend when you do blend them. And then let's do the light one. So now we have the same colors we had in her lipstick in the dress. Now, alternatively, we could have done what we did up here. For each one of these, we could have done all 3 colors, kind of in a gradient per stripe, or we can do a rotating. I'm going to go back to the dark again, so like it's repeating like a pattern. Dark, medium, light, dark, medium, light. So there are 2 different ways you can use these. You can also blend the pinks from one with pinks from another. It's a little confusing. Your lid's back on the right one, so be careful of that. I've learned the hard way. Yes, Yes, I have. So I just want you to see what these pinks look like. I have a little touch up right here. And then also, so that color should be the hot pink. Doing it in a pattern. Then what came before the hot pink? The middle tone. We can do that middle tone here. These, I'm going to show you one of the tan or browns for her hair. So now you see how I did that. You can repeat this pattern on this side. And you can take one of these colors and put it in the between her dress, the red here. So what would look good? I think that I'm also considering doing black hearts, actually, a little bit of a gothic look. But for in here, you could go any way. I think the dark purple would look nice. So I'm going to do that. But you want to try to use all the different colors in all the different areas of the dress. So it coordinates. There we go. I think that looks really nice. Kind of like a plum. Outline it. If you just outline it like this first, it's real easy to fill it in. There you go. So I'm going to repeat this and this for each side. You know, then we'll be left with this middle part, what we want to do here. Since I'm going to do black hearts, I might do black lattice. And underneath, I might do the red again. So then, you know, that's what this whole part is going to look like of her dress. I don't want to keep you on here forever. But then you got to figure out how to bring those colors into her sleeve. Now, you can do this same thing. You can do your dark, medium, light, blending left to right or right to left. You can do alternating colors. You could take all of these, which I might do. Technically you have 6 colors and 2 markers. You could do 3 and 3. So you could do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, repeat with each of these separate colors, which I might do with the pink ones up here and the red ones down here. Actually, I think I'm just going to do that. So let's start it. So I'm going to start with the pink one. I'm going to do the purplish first. Okay, then I'm going to take the middle. It's fine if it overlaps because these colors are meant to blend, especially if you're blending a lighter one into a darker one. Then we're going to do the hot pink. You can just make this be the final color layers in your picture, or you can go over these with coordinating Prismacolor pencils for a richer, deeper look. Now we're going to go to the reds. So let's do the darkest red. Actually, since the darker red is down here and the lighter one's up here, I want the lighter one here so it's not blending in right from the color next to it, right? Because we don't want to blend in more dark straight into the sleeve. We want it to be contrasting. So let's get the lighter red first. Do that one first. And you see there's like no rhyme or reason to how I'm coloring it in. And it doesn't like smear or streak or anything like that. Really good markers. Okay. Then let's do our middle tone. Then I'll do the dark tone. Alternatively, you could have done red, pink, purple. You know, you could do a no particular order as well if you want it to be a little more quirky and less kind of like a nice pattern. Uh-oh. Wait a minute. I'm doing the light one. I'm supposed to be on the dark one. Go back over that with the dark. Forgot which one we're doing. I'm on the dark one. No problemo. Then you can just repeat with the pinks, or you can bring in another marker with the different shades of pinks for the last three, which I think I'm going to do and put that up here. So this is going to be a real kind of a retro eyesore funky monkey kind of a dress. So I'm going to bring in a third one like this one here and go ahead and put this here. We're going to do the dark at the bottom and work our way up the light, and then I'm going to put these new colors into the panels on her dress. I'll show you the final picture of this. Well, you'll probably see it for my thumbnail for this video, but if not, you'll see it in my what I colored in January video. Then let's do our lightest one here. This one has a little more of like a coral pink to it. I've got to find my missing pink. I just had it the other day and I don't know what I did with it. I thought it was on my table, other table next to me, but it's not. Okay, so this is the marker I did not use in these two parts of the dress, but I am going to use this marker in this part of the dress, okay, and maybe in these ruffles. And I'm probably going to use this one in her bows or something like that. So let's get a brown. I want to work on her hair and show you how I do hair. And then, so you can use the earth brown skin for hair. I really like my, oh, here it is. Come on, come on, come on. I like this one, which is the woodland shades. Works great for hair because we have the gold, the tan, the brown. Even tempted to do her hair in a Valentine color, actually, and not even in a brown, like a dark purple. Is that gonna be overkill? I'm not sure. I guess we could do, I don't know how well this brown, do have to do some more work on her face. I'm tempted to do her hair in a Valentine color, in like a purple. Oh, heck with it. Let's pull out the lavender blend. We're gonna go for it. She's gonna have purple hair. So we're gonna take this dark of the lavender blend to do a tendril or two. And with these ones, you always start at the root dark, work your way to the lightest toward the ends. Or if you have a second section of hair that's like above a barrette or something, again, darkest to the lightest. So let's just do that up here. We're going to do each strand separate. They don't have to end at the exact same spot. Then I'm going to go into a medium purple and go up a little. I might even do her ends tipped in pink. Let's do the lightest purple. Super easy. I kind of want to tip her ends in pink. I could use, do I have a of pink here. I'm gonna tip her ends in a little bit of pink and see how that looks. Kind of an experiment. Just a little, then get that light purple, go back over it, so it's kind of like underneath a little bit. There we go. And you can go back over this for a second round if it's too prominent, the light to dark. I'm gonna get the medium one, blend it in a little more here. Get my dark one, make this a little darker. And get my lighter one. I do like to go back over the hair though with pencil. And I'm bleeding my pink over a little, but that's okay because I'm going to be doing a pink background. So again, we might want to do some more tendrils here. But this is the same concept what you would do with the dark brown. Start on the inside, the darkest, or any of the brown shades, the tan shades. Work your way out. Eventually, when you're doing a lot of this, you're just going to start kind of scribbling it in there. Things get a little rustic. Pink didn't show once it dried underneath as much as I would have liked it to. So probably don't even need to do that, but sometimes you can see it through and it looks kind of nice. All right. And if you end up not being happy with that color, you can just go back over the whole thing with the dark, or you can take a color like this plum or something and go over it. You can go over it with, there's another purple in here, which is this purple blend. It's kind of nice. And it has a medium. If you think the gradient is too strong, I'm just going to go back over the whole thing with this other purple. Blend them together. That looks almost a little bit better than the lighter purple. I think I like that a little better. I've used these pinks and purples a lot. So it's taking a little more work. There we go. So we're going over with another purple to kind of get a better blend. So you can see these two here did not have it. These ones did. So I'm just going over the whole thing with this other shade, and it kind of like brings out the whole colors. It's hard to describe. I don't know. It just makes it look more natural, I think. I'm gonna go over this one. All right, so there we have good amount for bun done. It would be, you could bring this purple into her dress, maybe just for like the bow, something, because sometimes we like to match her hair when we have a little bit of that punk goth look. So I might just do this little bow around her neck in this purple that I'm using now, which is the darker one. I'm going to do this. Okay. This is that second one we went over that one with. So it's a little like of a cross between the two colors. So that's how we just do the hair, real simple. I guess I can show you how I do her roots in the hair as well. Actually, I think I'm going to show you one of the blues, and we're going to do her eyes in a really pretty blue. Let's do that last. So let's take this really pretty True Blue blend. I really like it. True Blue blend. There's also an Ice Blue blend. I think we can do the True Blue blend. I'd take a little bit of that Ice Blue also. All right. So for the eyes, I'm going to ignore this center circle part because we're going to do that black. Do I have a black pen here? I don't believe I do. Yes, I do, actually. So I'm actually going to do her irises black, and we're gonna fix that with some white later on. But first, I'm gonna do her eyes black. Use any black marker, doesn't really matter. Nice solid black. And we'll be using a white gel pen to add the light effects. There we go. Okay. You can also take this black and make her nose holes a little more prominent to make her face look a little more realistic. She also has a mole here. You can dab a little right there. We are going to use this again for her makeup. Actually, we wanted to do these hearts black, so let's just do the hearts. This is my Le Plume 2 Marvy Ukita black marker. Is a felt marker. I made a boo-boo there. Black. We do black in her eyes. We can do the black lattice. And I will show you the blue eye trick I do. Black lattice. Just to give a little bit of that goth feel. Just a little. All right. Okay, let's go to that True Blue, the dark. Make sure you have the darkest end. You can test it on a piece of paper, make sure. All right, so what we're gonna do, so I'm gonna do the darkest part up here. Just a little bit. Like a little row of dark. Then flip over to our middle blue. Pull that down like 1/4 of the way. Let's do our lightest blue. Then I'm going to grab that ice blue, the lightest one, for the final bottom part of her eyes here. Try to blend it all in together. It helps, kind of functions as like an alcohol blender. A really light color works nice, like kind of like an alcohol blender. I'm gonna have to get my white to fix some of that. I'm gonna put pretty heavy eye makeup on her also, likely with pencils. So to soften that gradient line up here. There we go. Just put a little bit more dark up there. That looks great. All right. Super easy. You can go over it as many times as you want. I'm gonna get the ice blue one more time. Now let me grab, do I have a white gel pen here? Yes, I do. I'm not sure if this one is dead or not though. Let's see. Okay. Here's my unspeakable language white gel pen. This one might be pretty dried out. I need my black paper to test it. I can't tell. You can also use a very fine point white Posca pen. Is this gonna work? This might work. I'm gonna try to do some white dots on the inside. Her eye right there on each side. A smaller one there. I'm gonna do like a little white squiggle right there for like a little white effect. I did get some skin tone here, so I want to go over that with white and that white part of her eye. And we had to go back over her teeth area too, where we got pink. Fix that with the white. Super easy. If you've got any blue white part of her eye, just go over it if it bled a little, which it did. Easy, easy. Surprised this one hasn't dyed yet. I've used this pen so much. Nice white for eyes. If you really want that white to pop out more, go over it with a little Posca. I might do that once this dries. I didn't quite make that big enough. So I am going to put on layers of pink makeup and do really dark black eyelashes as well. So that'll change the look of her eyes. You'll see when I'm done as well. But this is just kind of how you get started doing the eye trick. Let me see if I have my Posca here. I do, but I don't know. Let's see if it's dried out or not. Da da da. Feeling a little dry. Shaking the camera. How's it coming out? Ah. Should be paint in there. I haven't used it in like 2 months, so come on, come on. Ah. Well, anyway, if you can get yours to work, go back over, get a nice white small blob of paint. It feels wet. Why is nothing coming out? Just go back over that bigger, the gel dots with a bigger white dollop. I'll keep messing with that. All right, you guys, so I gave you the bottom line of what I do here to get started. So I'm just going to repeat what I did here on this side. I'm going to finish her whole hair in that purple. I'm going to use my Prismacolor pencil, some pinks for eyeshadows, and fix up her blush with some pink and some white pencil on her face. And that's just basically how we're going to get this same look. Just repeat the pattern and put in the details. And then the background, I might just do all in black, since we have black here and black in her eyes. So I have to get a nice good quality alcohol marker to do the whole background in black with some bows. I'm thinking the bows will be 4 different colors, or the bows and the sweets. So anyway, that's what I did so far, just to show you how these Triblend markers work, to show you this gorgeous book by Deborah Muller. I hope you enjoyed my little mini tutorial. I can't wait to show you the final picture. It's like night and day. And I do go back in with my stickles and put in sparkles on her makeup. I'll put in sparkles on her jewelry, on her beads. I might even do my 3D glaze on her beads. I'm going to stickle this thing all over the place. So it's going to be super pretty because it's Valentine's Day. Thanks so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed the video.